Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name's Cody Bills, this is Logan Burgess. Today's November 23rd, Friday for the weekly wrap-up. Well, one day after Thanksgiving we had a relatively light volume trade day, but corn, beans, and wheat all finished higher here. Corn trading up 4.5, beans up 10.5, and wheat trading up 2.5. We did have export sales this morning. Logan, did they surprise the market, and were they the reason why we traded up here?
Seems like certainly it did put a bid in this market this morning, for corn and wheat. Both really exceeded trade expectations in that report. If we take a look at the numbers that we saw come out this morning, 635,000 metric tons of wheat reported sold. High end of expectations were about 400,000. Corn, though, the big story here today, 769,000 metric tons of corn reported sold last week. The high end of expectations there were only about 450,000 metric tons there. So really outpacing trade expectations here. Certainly very good to see on corn. I think certainly that was driving the gap higher that we saw, 8 cents or so in corn right on the open. Normally we get the export sales report when the market's open. Due to Thanksgiving, though, we actually got these reports. The trade kind of chewed the numbers over, and then we had an opening at 9:30 this morning. So as a result, we did see the gap higher there.
Yeah, so we had a gap higher, and we talked a little bit about the technicals, but like I said earlier on, we had very, very light volume today. A lot of people are still on vacation. I don't think that the price action today really is going to have a whole lot of bearing going forward. We just gapped up and we chopped around for the remainder of the day. But in terms of export sales, corn is the shocking number, and I think a lot of people out there are wondering here, after many weeks of disappointing export sales, this one is just kind of a curveball here. They kind of, maybe a change up. And is this going to be a switch, a pivot point, where now we're going to start to see better than expected export sales for corn? Or do you think this is just kind of a diamond in the rough here?
I think the latter of the two there. I'd say it's the exception, not the rule here. I think if we look at the reasons why we had exceptional corn exports, last week we heard rumors that there were Asian buyers potentially sourcing grain from the U.S. after logistical issues in South America. They're presently on another strike here today, so that pushed some demand into the U.S. market. The Japanese accounted for about half our export sales reported this week for corn. Absolutely huge purchase there. So I think moving forward here, it's going to be hard to maintain these kind of levels. Clearly the trade didn't expect it if you take a look at the trade expectations, and if we take a look at our Gulf basis, for a number of reasons right now, short inland stocks and potentially closure of the Mississippi River, we see very strong Gulf basis. That's not going to help us remain competitive on the global front.
Yeah, that sounds fair enough. Well, guys, feel free to check out our new website. We're releasing it today at grainhedge.com. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call on Monday. Our number is 877-472-4607. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and have a great weekend.